Imagine begging for approval from friends who don't even like you. Imagine laughing extra hard at jokes that aren't even funny so you can fit in with your friends just to have those same friends talk behind your back. Imagine not wearing a really cute outfit that you genuinely wanted to wear so that you don't make your friends feel insecure, only for them to accuse you of thinking that you think you're all that anyway. Does this sound familiar to you? If it does, it's probably because you're trying to gain approval and validation from people who will never give it to you. As a matter of fact, they actually view your desperation for their approval as this cat and mouse game where they treat you well enough to keep you around them, but also treat you poorly enough to where you feel the need to earn their respect. And the irony is, these people have very low self-esteem themselves, which is why they partake in sadistic behavior like this. They genuinely find joy and pleasure in making people pleasers feel inferior to them. They love putting nice people through humiliation rituals and always do some sort of hazing to make the people pleaser prove their worth to them. Personally, walking away from friendships like this took me a really long time. I have had plenty of experiences with friends who I knew did not like me, but wanted me to prove myself anyway. I was finally able to cut off friendships like these once I realized how much I loved my own company. Once I truly started embracing my introverted nature, I started realizing how much these kinds of toxic friendships didn't make any sense. Like, why on earth would you try to prove yourself to someone who probably doesn't even see their own worth? This person clearly hates you and you're over here tap dancing for them just to keep them entertained. And the funny thing is, as soon as you cut off these kinds of friends, they will literally hunt you down and beg and plead for you to be their friend again. And if you take the bait and reconcile with them, they will spend the rest of the friendship retaliating against you for having those boundaries in the first place. It's usually pretty obvious when your friends don't like you. If they're constantly making inside jokes around you but don't involve you in those jokes, they don't like you. If they're comfortable asking you things like, "Why do you wear so much makeup?" Or, "Why are you always dressed so nicely every time we go out? Like, who are you trying to impress?" They don't like you. If they're nice to you when you guys are hanging out alone, but are hostile towards you as soon as you guys are around men who are giving you attention, they don't like you. If they perceive your goals and wins as you bragging, they don't like you. If they spend the duration of the friendship humbling you, making you feel like you need to dim your light to ease their insecurities, and treat you like a stepping stone for their goals, they definitely don't like you. Getting out of these types of friendships is a lot easier when you like being alone. If you're someone who is afraid of being by yourself and you're in these types of friendships, I highly encourage you to observe the behavior of your friends and then observe how their behavior makes you feel once you're no longer around them. Sometimes people convince themselves that their toxic friends are not all that bad because they'd rather have someone around them than to be alone for a period of time. But that period of solitude can really help you see where that desperation for validation and approval from these toxic people is coming from. At the end of the day, being friends with people who don't like you makes no sense. And over time, these friendships will erode your self-esteem and will ultimately leave you dependent on them for feeling like you truly belong. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. If you guys want to keep up with more of my content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Reina Safo. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!